So many things are fighting for our attention, our trust, our devotion, and our hope. So what do you give them to? What do you lean on? What do you depend on? Jesus. Psalm 62, verses 5 to 7 say, "For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my salvation and my glory. My mighty rock, my refuge is God." Sometimes in life we can get in a state of mind where we are full of anxiety, stress, and burden from the pressures of our daily lives or from things that come up in life that we have to face. Sometimes we can get to a place where our minds are racing with all of the things that we have to do, all of the things that we are facing, or all of the things that are constantly fighting for our attention. Staying in this place isn't healthy, and it isn't where we are meant to stay. We will burn ourselves out, and we will set ourselves up for failure if we don't deal with it in a healthy way. That's easier said than done if your hope is in the wrong place, if your trust is in the wrong place. If our hope or our trust is in this world or in the things of this world, we are merely distracting ourselves from the problems that we are facing. But if our hope is in Jesus, if we let him show us how to lean on him, how to depend on him, and how to lay our burdens at his feet, we can walk in freedom from the things that once held us in bondage. When we place our hope in the things of this world and what they claim that they can do for us, we will only be left disappointed and lost. If our hope is in our riches, in our money, or in our job, then we will never be able to have enough. We will never be able to satisfy the greed that comes out of it. And we will be left with nothing when our wealth fades away or when it slips into the hands of someone else. When we place our hope in relationships or in sex, then we will be left lonely, empty, and burning with lust. When our hope is in power, status, or self-image, it ultimately leads to insecurity, self-doubt, and feeling like you're not enough. Not all of these things, in the right context, are bad in and of themselves. But when we place our hope in them, when we start to idolize and worship them, then the fruit of that lifestyle will produce sin, it will produce hurt, and it will produce evil. That's because we're putting things in the place of God in our lives, and they were never meant to be there. They may give us temporary pleasure, but it will fade away, and it will leave us feeling empty because we were not made for them. We were made to have a real, deep, and intimate relationship with God. Only Jesus can fill that void in our lives, and only He should be the source of our hope. When our hope is placed in Jesus, when we go to Him with what we are facing, the good and the bad, when we walk in relationship with God like we were made to, and when we have Him in His rightful place in our lives, it will be hard for the things of this world to overwhelm us like they once did. Because when our hope is in Jesus, it is not misplaced. When we go to Him, when we lean on Him, when we let Him show us how to walk hand in hand with Him in this life, when we go to Him in prayer, spend time with Him in the Bible, and spend time with Him in His presence, the things that used to cloud our minds will seem to fade away. He will fight on our behalf. He will give us His peace, which is beyond all understanding, and He will comfort us. God will work with you to solve, deal with, and process the things that you face in life. We won't have to run away from them, hide, or distract ourselves like we used to. We can boldly face them with God, because He is good, faithful, and He is our refuge. Psalm 62 verse 8 says, "Trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us." We can come boldly before God. We can pour our heart out to Him, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Because He cares about us, He loves us, and He wants us to come to Him. He wants us to lean on Him, to trust in Him, to depend on Him. He wants us to have a real relationship with Him. We don't only trust God with the things that are easy, with the things that are in our control, the trivial things that don't really matter, or the things that we are indifferent towards. We trust Him with everything, especially the difficult things, the things that we don't want to surrender, the things that we don't understand, and the things that keep us up at night. Having a deep relationship with Jesus and truly trusting in Him at all times means trusting Him with everything. It means bringing the hardships that we are facing, bringing the things that we don't have an answer to, bringing the things that are causing us pain to Him, trusting that He is good, that He is faithful, and trusting that He is on the move. This doesn't mean that we sit around and do nothing. We partner with Him in prayer, contending for the things that we are facing. But it also means being okay with not having all the answers. Being okay with the answer to your prayer, because it might turn out different than you thought it would. It means knowing that we only see part of the picture, but that Jesus sees the whole picture, and that He is going to do what is best for us. And it means being okay with that, and trusting Him, even when we don't fully understand what He is doing or what He is up to. Sometimes He is working behind the scenes, making a way where there is no way, making room for that miracle, the change in your situation, and the blessing that He may be sending your way. And trusting Him means standing firm on who He is and His character. When the world or your circumstances would tell you to turn your back on Him and to take things into your own hands. Like I said, we don't just sit around on the sidelines and do nothing. We partner with God, contending with Him in prayer and intercession. But we also keep our ears, our minds, and our hearts open to Jesus and what He wants to tell us. We spend time with Him, sit in His presence, and listen for the guidance and direction He wants to give us in the midst of our situation, in the midst of what we are facing, and in our everyday lives. He has a plan and a purpose for you and for your life. He has an adventure that He would like to take you on and walk with you in. He has so much in store for each of us. He wants us to walk with Him in all that we were made for. And He wants to show you that He truly is good, faithful, and that He loves you and cares about you. So go to Him, trust in Him, let Him show you how to lean on Him, and step into all that He has for you.